Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your June 2019 general and love life reading. This is for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising signs, as well as Venus signs when I move on to the love life portion of it. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, all the likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. Remember, the top viewed and the top liked signs videos will get an extended love reading the following month. So if you haven't checked out your May readings, you might want to check them out. I know the month is almost over. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see where you guys land. First weekend of June, we'll have your extended love readings for the top 3 signs with the most liked and the most viewed. Okay, so let's get started. This is a general reading, so not all messages will resonate with everyone. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Never force a message to apply. This is for the general reading, June 2019, Scorpio sun, moon, and rising sign. If you're not sure about your other placements, there is a link in the description box below where you can input your information and get a free natal chart, okay? So let's see, general reading. What's going on for Scorpio for June 2019? What do they have to look forward to? Overall energy, Scorpio, June 2019. Hang on a second. Flew out. Oh dear. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, let's continue on with your reading. So, you might not like it, but here it is. The answer is no. Like absolutely, emphatically, N-O, exclamation point. No, hell to the no. No way, Jose. Whatever it is that's coming across your mind, the answer is no. I'm sorry, Scorpio. Now, what I want to be clear on, this is not the end all be all. Sometimes we have different perspectives, different points of views. Sometimes we're missing a step. Sometimes we have certain situations, certain plans in mind, and the universe is saying, no, not happening. Find a better way. Find another way. No, you're not going to avoid learning these life lessons. You're about to go through them again, honey, right? Okay, Scorpio, whatever it is that you've been thinking of, that you've been wanting to change, whatever it is, if you've been thinking of reaching out to someone, if you've been thinking of moving, no, now is not the right time. If you've been thinking of reconnecting with someone, of reaching out to someone, no, now is not the right time. This is taking the time to go into contemplation mode to figure out what needs to take place, what your next step is. And I know I can absolutely hear you guys like, really? I need to wait. I need to think this through a little bit more. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry, Scorpio. That might not apply to everyone. It does apply to some of you. But let's clarify that. And if I don't like that, I'm going to do another one because I sure hate to end things on a sour note. Oh, yeah. What is going on, Scorpio? 7 of Swords energy. No. If you are involved with someone who's a shisty motherfucker, right? Knight of Swords, 2 of Swords. Whether this is your energy towards someone else or, you know, you shouldn't be working with someone like this or you shouldn't be involved with someone like this. This is someone who you know is capable of this type of behavior. Escaping responsibility, placing the blame on others, causing chaos and confusion and leaving you in the dark. Like, what the hell just happened? Yeah, look at that. Oh, I do not like this. I got to do this again. I don't like it. This might apply to some of you, but I just don't like this. I want something better for you, Scorpios. Ay Dios. Okay. Yuck. Okay, I'm going to get through this one really quickly and I'm going to do this one again because I am not happy with this. This is not cool. At the same token, if you are involved in this shit, I mean, no judgment. You do you. But how do you feel after being involved in some sort of con or some form of deceptive practice? This is someone who's been a bit unstable, mentally unstable. Okay, I'm not feeling this, Scorpio. I really don't like the messages I'm getting here. If this isn't you, Scorpio, this is someone that you could be dealing with. Someone who's around you. Someone who's been in contemplation mode about how to hurt someone. How to... If they hurt you, it's absolutely how to use your last sword to get back at them. If you've been quiet for some time, you're trying to figure out how to come back, lash out, hurt them, hit them below the belt. This is you wanting to come in. I really feel like this is something that you've been planning. You've been thinking about. It could be with another air, with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Could be with a Virgo, a Taurus, an Aries. Scorpio, if you're up to no good, that shit is going to bite you in the ass. I feel like you are ready to come out of hiding. I feel like you've left someone in the dark for quite some time, where not only did you take the time to really think about a situation, about how much this person may have affected you or hurt you, or a situation may have. Maybe you got swindled. And so you've been in this, planning mode of how am I going to plan my revenge? How am I going to plan the ultimate betrayal? They may have hurt me, but I have the last laugh. That is what I'm thinking here. And this could be, the mother of your child, or a mother, a nurturing mother figure. Someone who you once had a lot of passion for. But I do unfortunately feel that if it's not you, Scorpio, this is someone who's at a point where they have sat in, this simmering pot of anger, of jealousy, of hatred, of resentment, of not taking responsibility for their part of this situation. So, know that whoever you were dealing with, they're not all to blame. And I feel like they have no intentions of coming at you the way you do to them. If you are the one plotting this type of, painful plot twist, right? I'll just fall off the face of the earth and come back and really show them what's up. Really show them, when you finally feel strong enough to move on with your life, you'll feel strong enough to throw those final daggers at them and then charge ahead while you leave them in pain, writhing in pain, because that's how I feel like you felt for some time. So that once you do that, you're left at a crossroads. Do I look back to watch them in pain? Or do I just go along my merry way? This is a really, really horrible energy, Scorpio. If this is you, oh my Lord, why so much anger, so much hatred, so much? I mean, I get it. I've had Scorpios in my life, good friends, and yeah, they've got that, their stinger will get you. But at the end of the day, does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel fulfilled? Does it bring you happiness and joy to watch someone else hurt the way you may have been? And did this person know how hurt you were? Because I feel that this is all plotting in your head. And the other person had no idea, clueless. And if this isn't you plotting and planning, this is whoever it is that you left in the dust. You had a few cards fly out. I put them back in. It was the Two of Cups in reverse. And then you also have the Lovers, Six of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. So you know what went wrong. You know that you're not as, you know, this innocent party. However, there's a huge sense of instability here. Okay, don't take this the wrong way, Scorpio. This is some mental instability shit because you have been so hurt in the past. I feel that you feel the only way you can move past it is if you make them hurt the way they hurt you. But did they even know that they hurt you that way? Because you fell off the face of the earth. Did you give them an opportunity to listen to you? To make amends? To apologize? Or were you too afraid that you'd have to face the music for your part? Double Virgo with the Queen of Pentacles if you're dealing with a Virgo. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. What kind of shady shit is this? I feel like you want to be this asshole to a Virgo. That's what I'm feeling. The Nine of Swords and the Hierophant flipped out, but I put them back in. And what I'm feeling is you're planning something at their job, at school, their place of employment, or maybe they did something to you at your place of employment. They caused a lot of anger, of a lot of instability, rumor mill, things like that. If you were working with a Virgo. If you were working with a Virgo, and they were talking about you behind your back, you're finding out more and more. And so you've got like your blood boiling. You're super angry. And at this point, you don't even want to talk to them. You're just like, oh, okay. You're believing everything you're hearing. And so you're ready to lash out. And they don't see it coming. Or you don't see what that person has coming. You know, I get a lot of Virgo Scorpio couple here in my readings all the time, but this is like you guys just straight up got mad at each other, and there's like all this revenge, all this vengeance, all this anger and hatred. Like, what is up? Clarify the Seven of Swords for Scorpio, please. King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Maybe you had a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in between, in the middle of the whole situation. Yeah, see, Three of Pentacles. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, if you're dealing with an Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, a Virgo, this is like some big, huge clusterfuck, man. I don't know what happened with you guys at work or their place of employment. This is about wanting to work together. And I feel like either the Gemini relate information to you, or Aquarius, Libra, air sign. I'm just going to call them air sign. Either they relate some information to you and you're like, no, everything's cool. Don't jump the gun. But you're in this, like, I don't give a fuck anymore. They don't get to do that to me. They should have thought twice. That's what I'm hearing. They should have known better than to fuck with me. And so either you're clueless about what's going on here, or they're clueless about how you're really feeling. clarify the Five of Swords, please. Yeah, see? If you're hearing a bunch of rumors, a bunch of shit going on, like, but you're not hearing it from the horse's mouth, be careful of overthinking. I feel like things become exaggerated. Like maybe you heard one small thing, like they said, oh, you're a horrible coworker or whatever, and you took it to be something completely different. Like, you know, you're the worst employee in the world, you know, like it escalated to that point in your mind. Because all these swords, it's all mental energy. It's mental and it's communication, but I feel like the more you sit in contemplation mode, the harsher that inner voice of yours gets. All right, Two of Wands, what's your next step? What's your next step? Where do you go from here? Because that no card, I get it. I get it. Absolutely no. Absolutely don't fucking, you know, go into this, you know, vengeance and, you know, wanting to get back at someone, you know, wanting to painfully hurt someone, wanting to cut someone down, wanting to make them, you know, wanting to belittle them, wanting to make them feel like shit, wanting to ruin their life. I really feel like you want to ruin this person's life. You go from the Two to the Ace, the Two of Wands. It's about starting your new beginning and saying fuck it to all this bullshit, letting it go. If you want a new beginning for yourself, if you want to start over and build yourself a better life, is this type of behavior necessary? Because all that shit is karma. Then when you get to a point of wondering why things don't work out for you, why you don't have these new beginnings, why you feel like you've been stuck for so long, yeah, you've built up all this karmic baggage that you need to work through. Move forward. You have the Two of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Move forward, create a new life for yourself, leave all that karmic baggage behind, all this emotional pain, trauma from your past. It doesn't originate from this situation. You've been carrying that emotional weight, that emotional baggage, trauma for far too long to blame it on this one incident, this one person. And had you dealt with it before this situation, you wouldn't be plotting and planning on hurting someone. What's the advice? I mean, it's telling you here. Do we have any more cards for Scorpio? I don't like this reading. Scorpio's going to do whatever they want to do anyway. Backstab and betrayal. See? You're going to do it either way. Doesn't matter. You're just adding on to your karmic debt. Just know that. If this is something that you wish to choose and you think it's worth it, know that every time that things don't work out in your favor, know that every time there's a sense of failing at a new beginning, there's a sense of a relationship not working out, of emotional, mental, financial, physical instability, losing control, not being able to make clear decisions. This is all karmic debt that you've built up for yourself if you continue to choose the backstab and betrayal of a situation that, to be completely honest with you, doesn't look like you have all the information. So be careful on what you plan from here on out. It will come back to bite you in the ass. And you won't know when. Just an FYI, Scorpio. Okay? I'm not digging this reading, so I am going to pull another one. You guys are probably going to have the longest reading. Not that I'm like, you know, Mary fucking Poppins or anything like that, but I just don't like, you know, the bad vibes or the bad energy, or, you know, if I get a message that, you know, is as bad as this one is how I'm feeling, right? Like with a sense of betrayal, revenge, backstabbing, hurting someone, maybe because you felt that much pain yourself, you want them to feel it tenfold. And you know, it's unfortunate, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that, or you know, that your cross watcher maybe had to go through that. And I know not everything can be, you know, puppy dogs and sunshine and roses and whatnot. But I hope that it brought you to a point where you realize that revenge and hurting someone and vengeance and betraying someone the way they betrayed you, know that that isn't always necessary. Anyway, Scorpio, let's try this again on a much more positive light. If that did not resonate with you, for the Scorpios that didn't resonate with that, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, June 2019. You see, for those of you that are going through that situation, that you are contemplating getting back at this person for hurting you, forgiveness, or vice versa, remember, they come back and want to, you know, kick your ass, basically, want you to hurt the way you hurt them. It's about asking for forgiveness, offering forgiveness, forgiving yourself. It's about healing. And the more you heal, the lighter the load becomes. Because when you hold on to all that anger and hatred, and you know, you lash out at people for hurting you, or for not being the way you had wanted them to, for not going along with your plans, or whatever it may be, for lying to you, for deceiving you, for whatever it is that you have felt so pained by. Forgiveness lightens the load of the karmic baggage. That's very important for you to know, because that shows growth. That shows forgiveness in oneself, in your part of the situation, forgiving them. You don't need to forgive and forget, right? Like, you don't need to say, hey, I forgive you, let's be friends again, let's get back together, if you're not ready for that. And vice versa, respect them if they're not ready to hear that from you. But you and whoever this may involve, there needs to be forgiveness for whatever happened, to be able to grow from it and move on to the next level of your life, so that the karmic debt doesn't hold you back, doesn't stop you from manifesting the life that you want for yourself. Oh, Scorpio. Let me grab another deck. Give me a sec. Okay, let's clarify the forgiveness card. High Priestess, the Devil. Yeah, see? Three of Swords. Heartache, heartbreak, disappointment, deep disappointment, depression. Okay, sorry about that. Eight of Cups. Six of Swords. Notice cards of moving on after forgiveness. Moving on and moving past. See? Forward movement. Completion. Success. Feeling as though you can start anew. Hello, Scorpio. Some of you needed to hear that first part of the reading. Some of you were planning and plotting and wanting to hurt someone for them, you know, not giving you what you wanted, or, you know, for them hurting you. I feel as though this was like a secret love affair, a secret connection. There's also more to this attachment to this person. There may have been some hidden agenda here with this relationship that maybe not all parties were privy to, right? So this could have been a sex-only relationship that ended up in heartache. And when they moved on, or when you moved on because you no longer wanted a sex-only relationship, that's where the heartache, the anger, the, you know, the disappointment, because you weren't ready to give that up, or they weren't. And so they're mad because it's like, how dare you? And whether it's you that has already moved forward or they have, forgiveness is the catalyst that will get you towards successful completion, growth. The universe levels you up. The universe says, yes, that is what you needed to plant the seeds for an abundant future. This is about changing your outlook, changing and releasing the pain that you've held on for so long, because every time something went wrong and you reacted, instead of healing from it, you added to the karmic debt. And so things always felt as though they weren't working out in your favor. Why does this always happen to me? Why do I, I'm a good person, but and I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying you're not a good person, but if your instinct is they hurt me, just wait till I get back at them, that is what's holding you back. Because the forgiveness runs deep. You know that it's not just this one person or this one situation. There are many situations, many people, and many years. I mean, it can go as far back as childhood. Maybe it was your childhood friends. Maybe it was a high school girlfriend. Maybe it was your parents, your siblings, a teacher, a family member. Maybe that's where this codependency nature is of, how dare you? I feel like someone here suffered something very traumatic at a young age and they haven't been able to move past it or move forward from it. And it's like every time someone comes in and hurts them, even if it's not the same as whatever it was that hurt you back then, it brings back the same type of pain. So you associate it with that person that fucked you over way back when. And because they're like to be condemned for life or whatever, you want to do the same thing to every person after that. But you have to understand that there are several types of misunderstandings, of pain, of, heartaches and disappointments, and you cannot group them all at the same time. Because unfortunately, I have to say this, but every heartache, every heartbreak is different. Some more severe than others. Some we can, move on a lot quicker than others, from the past. But I feel that because you feel things so deeply, anytime someone may have hurt you or disappointed you or not met you where you wanted to be met, it felt like that trauma, that pain from way back when. And the sooner that you forgive yourself for replaying that scenario, for comparing those situations, for not really seeing the situation 10 steps away. I feel if you take a few steps back and really evaluate the whole situation, should you really be planning and plotting, wanting to hurt someone? Now flip it. Did you do enough harm to someone else where you feel they would be justified to hurt you in the same way? If you're not the one that's, planning and plotting, basically. Either way, it's time for you to release yourself from the past pain, because you feel like no matter what type of relationship you go into, whatever partnership you get into, it always ends up the same. But ask yourself why. Are you attracting the same type of people? Are you, creating the same type of scenarios without truly giving this person an opportunity to grow with you because you haven't moved past some of this shit from the past? For some of you, this is your wake-up call. This is that moment of self-realization of saying, man, you know what? Fuck them. I don't need to do that. I don't need to get caught up in, they fucked up. I'm moving on. I got to do what I got to do for me. And the universe acknowledges that. Congratulations. You've learned how to forgive, how to heal, how to move on without needing to be vengeful, without needing to get back at them for anything, without needing to hurt them in any way, shape, or form. And for that, we reward you with new beginnings, new starts, abundance, a passionate new, relationship. If you're looking for someone new to start a family with, someone that you can sow the seeds of a new beginning, a new business, a new creative endeavor. This is something that you would feel so passionate about, that you've been wanting to get off the ground. It finally happens because you're no longer consumed by the pain, by the planning, by the plotting, and you say, what the hell have I been holding on to? All this anger, pain, trauma, resentment, planning, plotting. You've been so consumed by it that this is why things haven't been manifesting. Because that devil card is what's been holding you back from manifesting. But you're moving forward. 3 cards, all moving forward, all saying enough is enough. I'm no longer going to be stuck in this devil energy, this codependency energy, drinking my life away, drugs, addictions. I've got to pull myself out of this, and I'm moving forward. You will absolutely be victorious here. These are cards of successful completion, of graduating, of leveling up, of planting the seeds for what it is that you want for yourself, your business, your life, your family, your relationship, your love life. And man, is that shit gonna happen to you so fast. Faster than you can freaking dream it up. What's the advice here? Next step besides moving on, moving forward, right? Next step. You've got to let go of the conflict. Wow, 3 5s. Yeah, shit's got to change for sure. Absolutely. This is what you need to deal with in order for you to find the strength in forgiveness and moving on. So right now, whether it's you or this person that you've been dealing with is feeling left out in the cold. You're unable to see eye to eye. Maybe you want to communicate with this person, but you're just not on speaking terms. You're just not getting along. And you're feeling a sense of, I give up. No matter what I say or do, they won't listen to me. They keep leaving me out in the cold. We end up in an argument. How do I communicate to them that I forgive them and that I'm okay with moving on? I'm okay with, I've made peace with it. I've forgiven them. This is inner conflict. This is defeat. This is loss. This is depression. This is what's been consuming you. And I feel as though if you don't feel like you're being productive enough in planning and plotting, then you're forced to deal with this deep sadness, this depression, this anger and resentment. So how do we move past this? What has to change? Because fives are about major change. I mean, you have 3 5s there. It is major change. It's closing out a karmic cycle. Absolutely closing out a karmic cycle. Let me tell you, the minute you move past all this energy, you deal with the pain, the trauma, the depression, the anger and the resentment, you forgive yourself, you forgive others, the universe starts moving you towards new beginnings, like abundant new beginnings. If you've been feeling like things just haven't been working out in your favor, it is the karmic debt that you have endured, that you have incurred, I should say, from, making others pay for something that happened so long ago. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they didn't do anything bad to you, whoever you've made pay along the way, but the way that you got back to them was at the depth and the level of the original person that hurt you. End of a cycle, moving forward, finding your balance, abundance, creating a new life for you. It's all there. The minute you put all this emotional karmic baggage behind you, oh my God, with the World and the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of Pentacles, oh my God, you guys, trust me, look at that. Success and victory. Wreaths all around. This is graduation, graduating to the next level, moving on, moving forward, sowing the seeds, planting the seeds, closing out karmic cycles, and being hella good at the end of that, let me tell you. Because Scorpio, you are winning. You really don't know how huge, how life-changing this is for you, because at any point of this journey of dealing with whatever painful situations you've had to endure, at any point you had 2 choices: backstabbing and betraying and leaving them to writhe in their own pain, or forgiving them and doing right by you, moving forward in a positive light, and not making them pay for the karmic debt you've incurred. You have a choice, Scorpio. What life do you want to live? The one that seems to always be failing you, falling apart, making you feel imbalanced, making you feel like the pain, the disappointments never end, or the one where you say enough is enough. I will no longer be riding this, painful journey. I am moving past it. I am releasing myself from it. And I am starting something new, something abundant, something fruitful. I mean, these are cards of abundance. I see money, I see home, love, stability. Every area where you have felt that you have not been abundant or you have not been able to grow from. It happens once you practice forgiveness, you heal and you move on. That was a really long message, Scorpio, but I felt that I had to do it. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging because I felt like that no card, while understandable, yeah, it's telling you don't fucking do some crazy fucking shit and get back to someone. At the same time, there's a lesson in it. There's always a lesson in everything we go through. Okay, let's hurry up and finish this up. Sorry if I go through your love readings really quickly. So straight up single Scorpios, wondering why you're still single. Maybe you're dating someone. What's going on with Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for June 2019? Separation. Okay. This is just one big giant reading about someone's situation. I know that for sure. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So some of you may be in separation. Some of you may have broken up. Some of you may not be talking. No communication. All right. Be watchful and mindful of repeating cards. There is that Nine of Pentacles once again, Virgo. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Hierophant, Taurus. The Fool, Aries. Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, too many cards. I'm putting these back in. Queen of Cups reversed, Pisces. Can be you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Three of Cups. Another three. So this was a third-party situation, cheating scenario. Someone had a third party. Someone moved on with a third party. Someone had a third party hidden. I feel like it's a repeating message no matter what. Ace of Pentacles reversed. So no new beginnings. No new offers. Sorry, I have to keep drinking water. This is the only reading I've had problems with my throat. So clear your throat chakra. Speak up. Say what needs to be said, because you're obviously not in communication with someone, or you're obviously not saying what needs to be said. If you feel that you can't move on, move forward until you reach out and talk to someone, do what you have to do. Make an attempt, and that's all you can really do if this person refuses to talk to you. So separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Some of you are already in separation mode. Some of you are about to. Because you're going to finally speak up and say something. And maybe some of you want to be single. Maybe you've been wanting to be single for quite some time. Maybe you've been interested in someone else. You've been feeling, emotionally imbalanced because you were with one person, yet you were finding yourself attracted or flirting with someone new. Maybe you've even, flirted or toyed with the idea of having a more traditional relationship with someone like this, about starting something new. And maybe it's something that you never really thought about with anyone else. You just didn't know how to break it to them, which is probably why you need to communicate, because I feel like there was no new beginning. You were holding back. Let me clarify this. Let's get through this really quickly. Clarify the separation. Three of Cups, Three of Swords. Yeah, it's the end of a third-party situation. That I can tell you absolutely. Maybe both parties are aware, or they suspect there is some sort of, suspicion of a third-party scenario situation. Yeah, the Seven of Swords just peeked through with the Page of Swords. So someone's been watching you. Someone's been spying on you. If they suspect that you have someone else, or that you've been cheating on them, or vice versa, spyware, keeping tabs on the social media, driving by their house, their work, hacking into their email, their shit, whatever it might be. Yeah, it definitely needs to come to an end. It's about to, believe it or not, it is about to. There's so much shit here that causes a lot of confusion and disillusionment, and it is time to put an end to the third party situation. So it's time for you to decide. Do you want to be single and, expand with these new people, or do you want to work this out? Because I feel like you do want a new beginning, but the Ace of Pentacles is saying it's not going to be a stable one. It's not. You're taking a leap of faith into the unknown. And you may regret leaving this person or even separating from this person at all. Yeah, which will make you want to come back like with your tail between your legs and say, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know what I was thinking. That kind of shit. Yeah. Some of you did cheat. It was a fling. It was fun. You decided you wanted to keep having fun with this person. You continued this third party, attraction, hookup, whatever it was. And now you find yourself in separation. However, they didn't work out the way you thought it was. And now you're like, what the hell did I just do? Why did I do that? What's the advice? Next step for Scorpio singles. What's the advice? Moving on. Looking towards your future and communicating what it is that you truly want for your future. Do you want to go back to this person that you're in separation from? Or do you want to end things with this person and move on to someone new? Hang on, I had a card fly out. Secrets will be revealed. You need to be, you need to be able to have this type of communication. There's a lot of confusion and illusion of what this third party situation really is. I feel that some of you may have tried to downplay it, or maybe your partner tried to downplay it, like saying we were just texting, we just exchanged pictures, we were just flirting, we never went out, we never dated. Yeah, and that might be true. You don't need to go on a date to have sex with someone. But the attraction ran deep here. This was like a very passionate and, carnal attraction that maybe some of you did end up hooking up with this new person. And, you were feeling a little confused and blinded by that passion, by that, connection that maybe you hadn't had with your current partner for quite some time. And so you've taken some time apart, or you're about to, because you really need to get to the bottom of what needs to happen in order for a new beginning to happen, whether with your current partner, so the separation ends, or with this new person that you had an affair with. Affair, hookup, whatever it may be. Let's move on to the couples. Couples, Scorpio couples. This is a really long reading. Scorpio couples, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign, June 2019. Healing family issues. Okay, see, I feel like everything here, every single message, it all connects. What did I say? When you forgive shit from the past, could have been family issues, could have been, ex-relationships, ex-partnerships, mommy issues, daddy issues, the parentals, the dysfunctional family, being mad at your parents for the way they raised you, being mad at your parents for not being stable enough to provide a stable home environment for you. It's that kind of shit, because you almost feel as though, had you had a more stable home environment, you'd be in a much better place now. You'd be more stable and secure. You'd be able to provide that for your current partner. And maybe things aren't working out with your current partner because you're just too busy feeling sorry for yourself and sorry for the situation that you feel that, stemmed from family issues that you were raised, around, that you were raised with, the dysfunction, but Scorpio, you can stop the cycle of dysfunction. Like I said, at any point, you have one of two choices. Do you continue towards a negative cycle that keeps holding you back from growth, from loving, from healing, from learning? Or do you say enough is enough? The cycle ends with me. End all be all. I will not do this to my partner, to my wife, my spouse, my husband, my boyfriend, girlfriend, children, whatever it may be. It stops with me. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And there is a Six of Wands once again, successful completion. When you got the forgiveness card that said, when you forgive, when you release yourself from the past pain, emotional trauma, the karmic baggage that you just keep incurring, when you forgive and you move forward towards success and completion, it's this victory, this graduation, you're literally leveling up. Because that shit's got to end. It has to end. Do you stay in this energy of the Ten of Swords? I feel like some of you are replaying it and hurting yourself in the process. And if you need help to break free from the mental cycle, the depression, the instability, the emotional unrest, the mental unrest, get the help that you need. There's nothing wrong with getting counseling, seeing a therapist. Get the help that you need. A life coach if you need that, Why are you so defensive about your own misery? I know that makes sense to someone here. You're not happy that I'm calling you on your shit, saying that a lot of this is self-inflicted, self-imposed. You're replaying certain scenarios, certain situations. You're keeping yourself in misery, unhappy. The pain of a breakup could have started from a breakup in high school, could have started from a breakup, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And now every breakup you've had since then is just as painful. And you feel like you can't understand why. So here it is. You want this beautiful soulmate love, deeply connected relationship, loving each other to bits, making this work no matter what, all areas of your life. You have to let go of the dysfunction that you were raised in. You have to let go of the emotional trauma that you grew up with. That, I'm going to say it, Scorpio, wasn't your fault. You didn't have the proper coping mechanism, the coping skills to get you through life. That is not your fault. Someone failed you. Doesn't matter who failed you, unless it was a parent and you got, those parental issues, mommy issues, daddy issues. Get some help with that. But as an adult, you have a choice to make. You know right from wrong. Most people do. I'm going to assume you do. You know what doesn't work. You know what hurts. You know what's painful. And you also know what feels good, what makes you happy, what brings you joy, what brings you peace, love, joy, contentment. Now, do you feel good in this partnership when you're dealing with past pain and trauma? No, nobody would. Wouldn't expect you to. That has affected quite a few relationships. Misery loves company. So what do? You get defensive about, well, it's not my fault and blah, 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 blah. You have 2 8s here. You're continuing a cycle because instead of dealing with the emotions, instead of dealing with the pain and the trauma, you throw yourself into work and then you shoot out these like, I love you so much, let's work this out. But you're not dealing with the actual issue. And so that betrayal, that heartache, keeps recycling, keeps resurfacing. You charge ahead, you miss a few beats, you know damn well that you know what the right decision, the right choice is for you to make. Advice here. Next step. How do we get that sun right side up? 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, do I want you to go from the 10 of Swords to the 10 of Pentacles? Hell yeah. If you recently lost a parent, a relative, and you have some inheritance coming in, maybe things are in probate, maybe losing that relative brought back the pain of losing a parent, if it wasn't a parent. If it was, like, say, for example, you just recently lost your father, but you lost your mother years before and you never got over that. Now that you've lost your father, it brings back the pain of losing your mother and you're keeping yourself here. So if you're being stubborn about whatever probate issues, inheritance issues, on how you're going to possibly move past this financially, you want to blame them for the situation that you're in now, don't do it, Scorpio. Don't do it. Take responsibility for your own actions. Oh, dear God. Did we not learn anything, Scorpio? Did we not learn anything? Wanting to struggle, wanting to fight. It's like wanting to fight someone to the death, even though somebody already died. Because I feel like someone passed and brought up old pain, old issues. And it feels like one thing after another has happened to you in the last year or two. And if there is a fight in regards to probate and inheritance, you just want to run away and leave these knuckleheads, to fend for themselves. And you're just like, yeah, let me know when it's over and how much I'm getting out of it. Do I get the house? How much money do I get? Because at the end of the day, you want that shit to be over and done with. You want to move past your family issues. And you want to charge ahead and move forward in love. You want to build. You want to grow. You want to manifest this relationship. Whether it's a current relationship that you're in or someone that things didn't work out. That this person had to pay the price for the family issues that you've been carrying for quite some time. So you've got to decide once and for all. Okay, Scorpio, I know this was a super long reading. I'm going on an hour. Yikes. I really hope that after taking the time to clarify and hoping to leave you with a much more positive message, that this resonated with you. Please leave me a message, a comment below, hit the thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. Remember, the sign with the most views and the most likes will get an extended love reading the following month. I will be opening up my calendar mid-June towards mid-July. Only for a few weeks is what I'll be opening up to. So if you want to snag one of those, reading appointments, send me an email. My information is in the description box below. I want to thank you guys so much. If you stuck this through the whole hour, I love you guys. Have a wonderful June. Sending you lots of love and healing vibes. Take care. Bye.